First stop, Ōmichō Market. It was around lunchtime and Kanazawa is known for its seafood, so why not head down to the city's main seafood market, right? Crab is what's most famous here and there's a lot of it. Apparently there's a shortage this year, but can't really tell. We stopped for a stand-up meal of oysters, shrimp, and uni, and then headed to the next spot. So Kanazawa streets are really interesting. A lot of really old buildings everywhere that kind of just make you want to stop for a bit. Like this one, Ishiguro Pharmacy. It's been around since 1852 and is said to have gone through about 20 generations of management. We passed through Kazuemachi Chayagai, which is a small alley of restored tea houses from the 1800s. Really photogenic. And we bought some tea for ourselves from this shop that dates back more than 140 years. This was all along the way to Higashi Chaya, which is nearby and is one of the major tourist spots in the city. It's an old tea house area that's traditionally known for geisha. It's incredibly photogenic and there's a lot of people walking around in yukata and kimono. And of course taking selfies. We took a break at Fumuro-ya. It's a cafe that specializes in fu. So fu is this wheat gluten that's made a few different ways. It's famous in Kanazawa and it's said to have a history of over 700 years. The one that I had was almost like a mochi. It was kind of a dense, sticky texture. And you dip it in this black sugar-like syrup and then roll it in kinako powder. And after a little break, it was time for dinner.
That's good. It's
Just finished my first day here in Kanazawa. It's my first time coming here. Kanazawa is in Ishikawa Prefecture, which is just east of Tokyo and borders the Japan Sea. It's my first time being someplace that borders the Japan Sea actually. It's a little bit rainy. I heard that it's kind of just typical weather here. But so far so good. I really like it. It's kind of a smaller city, maybe a little bit less than 500,000 or so. A lot of people compare it to Kyoto and say it's like the next Kyoto. And so far I can really understand that. It's got a lot of old traditional like historical buildings everywhere, and areas of the city as well are just like those kind of buildings only. So it's really cool. A lot of the Japanese people that are traveling around will wear kimonos and yukatas and walk around the city. So really photogenic, super beautiful. Just ate dinner at an izakaya here. I recommend when you travel in Japan, if you are traveling around the country, to try an izakaya at every city or town that you go to, because not only do you get Japanese food that locals eat, but you also get food that's cooked in that local area itself, whether it's in the prefecture, city, or even that neighborhood, even or that town. You get fresh ingredients that are largely sourced locally and cooked to the taste of what the people there like. So I recommend that. Tomorrow is a big day, so I'm gonna go and get some rest. But yeah, I'll bring this camera around, so I'll see you tomorrow. Another gloomy day. So the 21st Century Museum was on our list, but plus it was packed and not exactly the environment I wanted to be in during these times. So we went and got out of there and went to Kenroku-en. Kenroku-en is considered one of the top 3 landscape gardens in all of Japan and is clearly the most popular attraction in Kanazawa. It was developed by the Maeda clan and was built between the 16 and 1800s. Its name refers to the 6 points of garden beauty that comes from Chinese landscape theory: extensiveness, quiet seclusion, artificial construction, antique elegance, abundant water, and wide views. It definitely succeeds because it is a beautiful garden. Right on the other side of the garden is Kanazawa Castle, which at the moment is still being reconstructed, but it was nice to walk through. And on the other side was lunch. So Kanazawa is also known to have their own style of curry. It's a bit darker, kind of a chocolatey brown looking curry, and it's topped with tonkatsu. Turban Curry is one of the popular spots in the city, and so we went there. It's just so satisfying. Just nearby is Oyama Shrine. It's not big, but it's pretty unique. Like, this main gate is done in these odd mix of styles, and the garden area is pretty nice too. We walked over to the Nagamachi Samurai district. It's an old samurai village right in the middle of a typical neighborhood. People are living and going about their lives right next door. There are these small museums and cafes, but we kind of just preferred to enjoy the atmosphere of the area. But walking around everywhere is really exhausting, so time for some tea. We stopped at this modern Japanese cafe slash workspace at a share hotel. Matcha. For dinner, we luckily got a reservation at an omakase sushi bar, Kozakura. It's rated as a popular sushi bar on Japanese food app Ready. The chef said he's too shy for video, but he was really friendly, always talking to me, and I think you can tell that the sushi was really good. And of course, to end the day, we had to stop by at the Suzumiwan Gate, which is at Kanazawa Station, and it's pretty much the symbol of Kanazawa. The next day, we had more sushi for lunch and hung out around the Kanazawa Station area. There's not a whole lot of shopping here in general, but you'll probably notice that there's a lot of items decorated in gold leaf. It's part of Kanazawa's history. They used to make it from back in the 16th century, and they still use it to decorate a lot of things today. So we actually caught a train and went for a night in a different part of Ishikawa Prefecture. I'll make another video for that, so stay tuned. But we came back and had one last lunch on our last day, ramen. So one of my favorite things to do when traveling around Japan is trying the local style of ramen. Or if there isn't any, just trying the popular ramen spot in the area. Here it's Menya Taiga. Miso-based,
thick piece of meat, ginger, yuzu citrus, staff was friendly. Great last meal in Kanazawa. And just like that, it was time to head back to Tokyo on the Hokuriku Shinkansen. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.